Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this Mughlai Paratha. I made this last week and it turned out really amazing, so I thought why not share it with you guys. It's made of crispy dough on the outside and filled with minced beef, which I've seasoned with tons of spices. So to make this recipe, I'll start off by preparing the dough. To prepare the dough, I'll be needing 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which I'm going to add in a big bowl. And then I'm going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to add a pinch of baking powder. This is optional. I'm just going to give this a good stir and then add in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Then with my fingers I'm going to start rubbing the oil with the flour until it becomes something like breadcrumbs. This will help the paratha have that flaky texture. Then I'm going to gradually and slowly add 3/4 cup of water, and I'm going to start kneading this into a very soft dough. If you think your dough is quite hard or dry, you can go ahead and add more water. I recommend adding up to 1 to 2 tablespoons of water, or you can just dip your hand on a little bit of water and then start kneading the dough just like how I'm doing, and start kneading this until you obtain a very soft and stretchy dough. And then once that's done, I'm going to spread a little bit of oil in my bowl and then also on the dough, and I'm going to place the dough back in the bowl and cover this with a damp cloth for about 25 to 30 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to prepare the filling. For that, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil in my pan, and then I'm going to add a small onion which I've sliced, and I'm going to fry this on medium-high heat for a couple of minutes just to soften the onions. Then I'm going to add 250 grams of minced beef, and I'm going to fry this for 1 to 2 minutes or until the meat turns into a light brown color. After that, I'm going to add 1-inch long ginger which I've chopped, and 3 cloves garlic which I've also chopped, and I'm going to fry this for 1 to 2 minutes. Once I've done that, I'm going to start adding all the spices. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of red chili powder. You can add more if you want it spicier. I'm adding salt to taste. And lastly, half a teaspoon of garam masala. Next, I'm going to stir and fry this for 5 to 6 minutes on medium-high heat. Now, if you find the meat a little bit dry, you can go ahead and add a couple tablespoons of water. If it's not dry, you can skip it. Then I'm going to cover this and cook this on low heat for 3 to 5 minutes. Once the meat is tender, I'm going to remove the lid and add in 2 tablespoons of coriander leaves. I'm using frozen one here. If you have fresh one, go ahead and use the fresh one. I'm going to give it a good stir, and I'm going to turn off the heat and remove it from the stove because this is done. Then I'm going to return to my dough which has been resting for 30 minutes now. I'm going to remove it from the bowl and place it on a flat surface, and I'm going to grease my hand with a little bit of oil. Then I'm going to pull this dough and then cut this into 4 equal sizes with my hands. This recipe makes 4 parathas, so I'm going to make 4 bowls. Once I've done doing this step, I'm going to take one bowl at a time, and then I'm going to start pinching it with my finger, and I'm going to roll this onto my palm just like this, making a small smooth bowl of dough. Once I've done that, I'm going to grease a little bit of oil on the table, and then I'm going to place the dough on it, and I'm going to start pressing it with my fingers and then rolling it out with a rolling pin, and I'm going to roll it into a square shape, a big square shape like this. You want to roll it out as thin as possible, but not even paper thin, otherwise it won't hold the filling. Then I'm going to take an egg and I'm going to beat it nicely with a fork. Once I've done that, I'm going to spread this on the dough, leaving the edges. After that, I'm going to take a few tablespoons of the minced beef and I'm going to place it in the center. You can add as much as you like. I'm placing about 3 to 4 tablespoons of this filling, and then I'm going to top it with some chopped onion. And now it's time to close the paratha. I'm folding the upper side first and then the down one. I'm going to fold in the sides and I'm going to seal it nicely. Then I'm going to shallow fry this in a pan with a little bit of oil. This recipe is usually deep fried in oil, but I'm doing just like this because I don't want it to be super oily and greasy. So I'm going to place the paratha with the folded side down first, and I'm going to fry this on medium heat for a couple of minutes. Once it starts getting brown, you can flip it over and fry the other side of the paratha. Then I'm going to flip it again and I'm going to press it down with a spatula so that the paratha will cook evenly. Once it turns golden brown on both sides, I'm going to remove the paratha from the pan and transfer it on a plate. And then I'm going to carefully cut it with a knife diagonally. You can serve this with some mint chutney or tomato ketchup, and you can also top this with some chopped onions. And here you have it, your Mughlai Paratha is done. I hope you enjoyed this video and give this recipe a try. I know this recipe is not an everyday kind of meal, but if you want something different and it's a special occasion, I say give it a go. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more yummy recipes, and I shall see you on my next one. Bye!